stuff, Mapex snare drums. Last year I told the band would have very high difficulties getting the stuff to their country because they are far away. The last year before, it's the fading, the last year before I said the band has much difficulties taking their stuff away because they came from Brazil. And this year the band I think wouldn't have that much problems because it's Crisix from Spain. So give a big applause. All the bands are winners. Crisix was decided by this jury. So come in front.
It was the purest state of euphoria I ever remember in my entire life, probably.
When the guy told the winner, it took us like 2, 3, 4 seconds to realize that we were the winners.
My English was so bad, but so bad. When he said, Crisix is the winner, I was not sure what he said. But when I heard the winner is Crisix from Spain, I was like, what the fuck?
I knew in my skin we were in front of something big, you know. And every time I remember, look, my skin. No, es verdad, hostia puta.
It was so intense, but hey, we kicked ass.
My hometown, Igualada, which is a really, really small place, no metal scene at all. I mean, maybe I can count all the metalheads in our hometown, like maybe, okay, I don't know nowadays, but maybe back in the day we were in total like 30 metalheads maximum. I love thrash metal. I love the genre since I was like 15 years old. I knew the guys before playing together and oh yeah, there's a new thrash metal band in town. I mean, not a new thrash metal band in town. There's a thrash metal band in town. And you know, they asked me to play with them. We had to record 3 songs, and that was the demo we sent.
I never imagined that this demonstration demo will get as so far. I saw the conditions and told the other guys we have to record in 3 days, only 3 fucking days.
Everything was new for us, and it was so hard to start with recording with a click and all that stuff. But yeah, we did it.
They selected us, we won the Spanish metal contest, and then after that we were selected to play at Wacken Open Air, and we were so young.
So we had to gather the money to pick up flights and go there. We had 3 months only to rehearse because we had an energy, but we needed a lot of practice, you know.
I remember back in the day, we were rehearsing the set like every day. Like we spent like, I'm not kidding, like 5-6 hours a day on our rehearsal place, and you know, doing the set over and over and over and over. So one funny fact about this is, well, the lyrics were unfinished. So pretty much I had to invent half of the lyrics.
I was 17 years old when all this happened. I was playing guitar for 3 years and I didn't have a guitar.
I had to borrow my guitar to Busi because he didn't have one yet. And yeah.
I had to borrow also money for the flight tickets, and I had to prepare myself mentally that I was about to leave Spain, I think for the first time in my life. I was going in an event like this with 17 years old, and I was about to play with my band that we had just 1 year age, you know. So it was pretty crazy, I would say.
I remember one funny anecdote from Hamburg airport. I was sitting somewhere there, and I just realized that my name appeared in all the screens of that airport. And I started to worry about that. And they told me, hey, we found some terrorist stuff inside your bag or something like this. I don't remember. Then I had to go with that girl. Some police came. They arrested me. It was not arresting because I didn't have to do that stuff and that. But they took me inside a van. They put my bag on a table, a metallic one, and they told me, hey, open this bag now. What do you have inside? And I was a child, I was 18, I was like, fuck. I have no drugs here, anything, everything's okay. And then I realized it was my fucking bullet belt. Everything was okay, but it was like, fuck, I cannot play it back in.
Even when we were a small band, we had big ideas. So for the Wacken show back in 2009, we decided to build a fake electric chair.
We thought, hey, we have to do something, not just playing. We have to do some acting or something to attract people, to amaze people, let's say. And we took a chair from my grandmother. It was a really cool one, like dark wooden with some green skinny to sit down.
We made electric chair on our own. We always had a big vision for our shows and always tried to give the best, even if our best was only a chair, a pod and a fishing light.
It was so weird because you couldn't see any light from 2 meters away. It was the shittiest light we found in the shop, but it was cool. We were satisfied with that. We're super proud.
So how we transport this electric chair to Germany, 2,000 kilometers out from our home. So we contacted with a bus that was going all around Spain and up to Wacken, and we asked them if they could carry our electric chair from Barcelona to Wacken.
We take it again walking through the festival with the chair. It was so funny.
I remember myself a fake electric chair, like, wah! I mean, probably one of the best ideas we had back in the day.
We were a very small band. No one knew us in Germany. It's obvious. They barely knew us in our homes. So we met. In Wacken, we needed to track people. And something that we really know how to do is how to invent stuff to attract people's attention.
We designed a bunch of flyers. Like, you could read on the flyer like free sex and, written in huge impact font, and then free sex, and then now we have drawn your attention. By the way, we are Crisix. Yeah, we were Crisix at that moment, and we play this day at that time, blah 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 blah, and I still have one of those flyers at home. Yeah.
We met a lot of people. Like when you introduce a guy with a paper like that, it's like, what the fuck, man? What is this? So it was so funny. It was an experience making promotion like this. I don't know if they came for free sex or just for the music, but the tent was full. It was awesome.
What I really like from this story, it's how we imagine and try to figure out the best ways out of the impossible to really get the best show with zero investment, but a lot of energy and a lot of will to do the best show. but with very underground tools. And I like a lot how we achieved that, you know? We arrived to Wacken, we gathered people with Crisix, we amazed people with an electric chair with a cool performance in our stage. And I think this is pretty remarkable out of a band that was nothing.
I mean, I wasn't already in like the national scene, you know. I was just recruited in my own place because I was so young. I was like that, like 17, like Bibi and Rek. But I remember how we felt in my band, you know, because there was so few thrash bands at the moment in Spain because this new, what's called the revival of thrash metal hadn't arrived yet. We were like the first 3-4 bands doing it, and so when they came out, I checked on them on MySpace, and I loved this Death by the Fistful of Violence song. I immediately got hooked to it. And then we were like, yeah, these guys are good. Let's see how we can cope with them, you know? But then from one day to another, poof, they were on Wacken, and they won Wacken Metal Battle, and it was like, okay, these guys already are in the front, you know? So it was a bit like this, like one of the first things that the Spanish thing got from them was this. They won Wacken Metal Battle. So it's a big beginning, you know? And the rest of the bands, we weren't that fast to get things going, so we felt pretty amazed by their capacity. But also, you know, because they had such an original style from the first song. I remember listening, first song ever, Death by the Fistful of Violence, and you listen to us now, and there's these things that were there the first day, you know?
I was so nervous, my legs were shaking, you know, but for real, I was really nervous, and I couldn't even control my guitar.
I felt so lost. Everything was so big and so new. For example, during the sound check, the sound guy wanted me to test the sound. And the guy told me, kick. And I didn't understand nothing. And later he said, snare, floor-tom, you know? And I was totally lost. And then Juli was telling me, caja, and okay, snare, caja, okay, platos, jaja. It was so funny. It was so funny.
I mean, maybe we played like 9 shows together. And then, okay, nice. Back in the day, I was like 22 years old. Javi was 19. Bibi was 17, Requena 18. And yeah, I mean, we were kids. We were fucking kids, and suddenly, okay, we're gonna play at Wacken. Nice, let's go.
The moment that we go up, and just the moment that we start to see all the crowd and everything, all the nerves disappeared. And it was like, yeah, now I feel I'm in my home.
I remember ourselves, you know, after the show, calling to our friends, to our families, like, we can't believe it, we won the metal battle contest here.
I was playing in front of, 30 people in a bar at that time. And then these guys come and it's like, phew! Yeah, I just felt like, okay, this guy's already done it, so we better do something, because they are far ahead from us now. And this, I think, was the feeling everywhere, You just don't get that chance so easily. And then even, I'm not saying even winning Wacken Metal Battle, but just going there and then fucking winning it, without even a record out. Fuck, man. That's a great fact, but you can't deny that.
Wacken Foundation prepared some stuff for the winner, and it was crazy because it was full drum set, cymbals, guitar amplifiers, some guitars. I don't remember everything, but I got my red Washburn, which was an American custom shop, killer guitar, which I used for I don't know how many years, but most of my career is like my baby.
They were really, really useful for us because I didn't have a guitar, but I also didn't have an amplifier, a guitar amplifier. I used Javi amplifier as well, I think. Yeah, it was Javi amplifier as well. I was ripping Javi's equipment all the time. But also Wacken Foundation, who was in charge of this, with Eno, they gave us the opportunity of working with a cool producer, because back then I think we needed a little professional touch.
They put us on contact with the producer Valdemar Soriste. Maybe you remember him from Grip Incorporated, for example. And we were working, just before the release of our first album, we were working with Valdemar so hard, and we learned a lot from Valdemar. He helped us a lot, and we are really, really thankful for this.
I really appreciate that the biggest festival in the world is really taking care of the underground, the most underground and the new generation of bands.
Yes.
Then it came back in 2010. It was a big shot for us, but also we were very scared because the backing crew put us on the same time as Iron Maiden.
Yeah, we played at the same time. I mean, Iron Maiden is probably my favorite band of all time. Yeah, it's my favorite band of all time. And I remember, you are so young and you think you have a bad position when you play at the same time as Iron Maiden. But then when you play in a lot of festivals and you know how the things work in the industry and in the festivals, this is, in the end, this is a good position. And then in the end, it was like, I don't know, like maybe 3,000 or 4,000 people watching us, and this was really, really special. And then after all that energy, okay, yeah, you go out, and Iron Maiden is playing. Okay, this is perfect. This must be the definition of paradise.
Only thing I remember is we brought 2 friends who dressed as monkeys. They were throwing bananas into the public during our song, The Last Monkey. Like, this banana, for you, this banana, for you, this banana, for you. And I also remember Gojira played the same stage just after us. It was so fucking cool.
In that moment, I realized this is the thing I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and I was prepared to do everything I could. I dropped my school, and I could do anything for... I'm doing anything for this.
The next song, it's called The Flash Collector Machine.
You know, back in the day when we were all here in Spain checking these guys out, they had won this contest. I think this was maybe the first big step for the Spanish metal scene to be recognized and to have the opportunity to be more integrated in the metal world, because they proved before anyone else that we could be there, you know, that we had so much music that we can share with the rest of the scene in the world, and these guys did it first.
And then after that, we had to face the reality again, because we came back to our hometown after all the Wacken experience.
But then it came the tough moment of realizing that that was just the start, but we had a really long to walk.
There's a lot of people who thinks about, you know, once you play in Wacken, everything is solved, everything is fine, everything is fantastic. Oh yeah, you have all the things are great for you from now on. But this is bullshit. This is not true.
We played twice in the biggest festival in the world without even releasing a fucking album. For me, I think now I think about it and it's fucking crazy. We had the energy here, but we had to mature a lot.
We recorded our first album, The Menace. It was released back in 2011, and then Rise and Rest, second album, was released in 2013. You know, we did, you know, Spanish tours. We didn't know exactly how the things worked on the industry, and okay, we had to learn all these things. And then when we recorded From Blue to Black, wow.
And with more experience, we wanted to achieve something bigger, do a next step with From Blue to Black. That's why it was a period that the band had to really sit down and build the best team around.
We felt like, okay, we need something more. We need something more, and we found the ultimate Crisix team.
Universe helped us out, meeting a really good team behind us, Master of Metal, and also they signed us with Listenable Records, and for the first time we got a worldwide release.
With From Blue to Black, we want to make a big impact. We work very hard on composition, sound, and image. From here on, Crisix started to develop a lot more and a lot faster. In 4 years, we record 3 albums and tour all the time.
So when this new era started, it's when the real shit began.
We released Against the Odds, and then our cover album, American Thrash, and everything was like...
You don't get this that much. There are people so dedicated, you know, and so focused on doing this for good and for a long time, and putting everything each year on it. This is something you don't see that much, I'm afraid. And it's difficult to find guys that are so compromised, because I struggled for a long time to get this.
All of a sudden we were playing the best festivals in Europe. We were touring all parts of Europe. We were touring South America.
We played Morocco, we played the United States, we played Japan. We started touring a lot with cool, really, really cool bands. We played with a lot of people we consider heroes from our teenager years. Like, we played with the Caballero Brothers. I mean, we played with Body Count. We played before Slipknot last year in front of 20,000 people. I mean.
So when this new age started for Crisix, I think we really started to be professional band, act like a professional band. The wheel started turning for us. It's fucking crazy for me. I never really thought that would happen right now.
Going to Wacken, I have to say, I didn't really understand how big this was. I understood Wacken, biggest metal festival in the world. You gotta go, and this. But then, when we got there and we are going with the car and going, then we go into the festival. We're walking, and I felt just like this, the little guy from little town, that this was really the real thing.
Give me fire! Fire! Go! Let's go.
We came like 10 years ago with an electric chair, and now what do we have? Hey, we need something. So I think it was Javi's idea. He thought about going crowd surfing with an entire drum set, and it was fun. How can we do that?
We brought a mini drum kit to the show, and on Ultratrash we put the kit into the crowd, and I climbed it. The original idea was that the kit will stay just next to the photo pit. And I don't know, in one moment I am in the middle of the crowd, and it was so crazy.
Put him here and, he would be close to the stage, but he went away, like drifting in an ocean, and over people.
Sometimes we see Javi doing some movements like this.
It was a very cool image, I think we were all four of us watching him go and playing like, so hard on the drum kit. And of course, Wacken audience delivered Javi back. And then we got this guy that was called Henry Hott, which now is like some kind of idol for this band. And Henry Hott was the guy in care of fire. So this, I think, was the first time we got fire. And we got Henry Hot there, you know, like, and there was fire everywhere. And you know, the feeling, I never experienced this before. When you're on stage and you're playing, and from a moment to another, there's this orange flash, and I was like, fuck, man, it's gonna explode.
Every time we had fire, it was like shaking all the stage.
It was very hot. He delivered, I mean. His name is proven now. And yeah, it went amazing. I think it's one of the most amazing production shows I've been on.
You know, comparing with our shows from 2009 and 2010, and then you come back 10 years after as a professional band, and you see all that people supporting you, full production show. I mean, this is amazing.
This is so beautiful. Thank you very much, Wacken!
Years later, all this has united us even more and made us stronger. We did so many of our dreams, and I really like that we keep on like this.
I love to look back in the past and see what we did when we were a child, like 10 years ago, since we won that contest. We didn't have any money to do that stuff, but we did.
We are Crisix! See you next time, my friends. It was a fucking pleasure!
This is one case of a band that really keeps this momentum going, and relationships between all the team are great. They always got your back. They always, you know, there's always good communication and a great vibe.
When we travel so many miles to other continents and we see people supporting us, and we can feel this Crisix family all over the world, this feeling, it's something that really, it makes us really happy.
We met a lot of amazing people. I'm not just speaking about bands. We met a lot of amazing fans, which is, in the end, the most important part of all of this, because without our beloved fans, we're nothing. We really love all Crisix supporters, and we're really thankful for this.
Toma uno o toma lo que sea.
No, toma dos.
Toma dos. Busi toma tres.
De 380.000.
creo.
Catapum, chimpum.
Henry Hot, mucho fuego, ¿eh? Todo es fuego para arriba y el escenario tiembla.
I knew home, but I didn't know if I had to use some connectors on my.
I still couldn't believe this. Couldn't, ¿pero qué estoy diciendo, tío? ¿Por qué conjugo mal los verbos? Me cago en la puta mierda. Que no. Esto es mierda. Ok.
Just
Y make it.
put it in.
Vete.
Qué risa más falsa.
Do give my best.
It's okay.
Snare. Snare. Frotom. Frotom.
I don't understand the meaning of these two sentences. Why? Why?
You know. I don't know nothing. Y había mucho fuego en el Wacken 2019.
No. It was really beautiful for me to be back there, for sure. No. It was really beautiful for me back. Ah!
Pausa dramática. Canción bonita. Imágenes de archivo.
Y just next, joder, su puta madre.
Ya está.
¡Hala, tomad por culo!
Altitude update next. Looks good. Roger. Roger 1202, we copy it. 700 feet, 21 down, 33 degrees.